Hey everyone, welcome to Frank T's Edit Room of Dreams. Just want to be upfront with you right from the start. This is an artificial intelligence avatar of me. I'm not trying to fool anybody. Truth is, I just can't film the full live show by myself anymore. So I built this AI version to help me out. Honestly, he's better looking than me. He never forgets his lines, and he doesn't complain. Ever. I hope you enjoy the ride anyway. I'm sure it's only going to get better, or at least more glitch-free. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Frank T's Edit Room of Dreams. Tonight we're doing something special. I'm pulling back the curtain a bit and sharing some stories from my 35-year career as a video producer. The good, the bad, and the we'll fix it in post moments that shaped who I am today. Then we're taking a deep dive into one of Star Trek's most iconic props, the original series phaser rifle. We'll look at its design, how it was used on set, and why it still looks so damn cool after all these decades. So grab some snacks, get nice and comfy, and let's do this. For the last 35 years, I've been a video editor and cameraman, which basically means I've spent more time in dark edit bays than most people spend in sunlight. Over those 3.5 decades, I've had the pleasure of working with some incredible clients. Exxon, the Yes Network, ESPN, and TD Bank, just to name a few. You know those videos that play on the walls at TD Bank? For a few years, they were made by me. I've also been lucky enough to get behind the camera with legends like Meatloaf, Phil Simms, Morton Downey Jr., Richard Kiley, and Michael Bolton. Yes, I actually survived the Morton Downey Jr. era and lived to tell the tale. Honestly, behind the scenes, he treated us all with respect and was a nice guy. For the past 10 years, I've specialized in automotive advertising, shooting and cutting car commercials. To date, I've edited nearly 2,000 spots. That's a lot of dolly shots, panning dashboards, and even more dramatic voiceovers. Like a lot of editors from my generation, I was proud to make VHS copies of all my work. I thought I was preserving everything forever. Well, fast forward a couple of decades, and most of those tapes now won't even play. The VHS format, unfortunately, wasn't built to last. The magnetic tape breaks down over time. It gets sticky, sheds oxide, and basically falls apart after 15 to 25 years. So a huge chunk of my life's work is slowly disappearing. That's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about preserving and celebrating these classic props and shows today, before more of that history vanishes. I've also taught digital editing classes, where I tried to pass on everything I've learned, while quietly praying my students wouldn't make the same rookie mistakes I did in the 90s. I'm Frank T, and this is what 35 years of editing looks like, kind of. With a little bit of help from artificial intelligence, of course. We will be right back. Wouldn't that cup of coffee be great right about now? The phaser rifle, from where no man has gone before, is the only Star Trek episode that specific prop ever appeared in throughout the series. It was custom made by toy designer and prop builder Reuben Klamer just for the second pilot. Klamer also built the ever-popular Man from U.N.C.L.E. gun, a prop which actually received its own fan mail. In the Trek episode, Kirk uses the rifle to try and stop the godlike Gary Mitchell. The little-known detail? Klamer built it for free in exchange for toy rights, but when the deal fell through, the prop went back to him and never came back to the set. That's why you never see this exact rifle again. It's basically a one-episode hero prop that helped sell the show. It resurfaced at auction in 2013, selling for a staggering $231,000, far exceeding its initial estimate. Many people don't realize that the rifle wasn't designed for the way Captain Kirk carried it. In fact, the original concept focused on a more practical and functional use. If you examine the design sketches and pictures, you'll see that the creators envisioned a rifle that prioritized accuracy and efficiency rather than dramatic poses. The way Kirk held it often emphasized action over realism, which diverged from the intended purpose of the weapon. This distinction is fascinating as it highlights how design can evolve based on cinematic needs rather than practical application. Star Trek has long inspired innovation, and one of the most exciting developments it has influenced is 3D printing. In the series, replicators create food, tools, and even complex machinery on demand, showcasing a vision of the future where manufacturing is seamless. Today, 3D printing is making strides toward that vision, allowing us to create custom objects from digital models. With applications ranging from medical devices to automotive parts, this technology is revolutionizing industries. As we continue to explore the potential of 3D printing, we can only imagine how Star Trek's vision will shape our reality. This is my 3D printed replica of the phaser rifle. It's a mix of resin and filament printing. The cover that protects the power coils was printed in resin, and then clear-coated for that glossy, high-tech look. All the small colored lights were also printed in resin, and every part that appears to be made of metal is actually plastic that I carefully painted to look authentic, or it is printed in chrome-looking filament. The detail on this build really brings the classic phaser rifle to life, right down to the glowing accents and metallic finishes, all from printed plastic. And now, after 60 years, I think it's time to finally let the cat out of the bag and tell everybody exactly what color they used to paint the rifle. To all my casual Trek fans out there, I'm sure you're probably saying who gives a damn about the color. Let me tell you something. I've seen people come to blows over this argument. In case you haven't figured it out, Star Trek is a very passionate subject amongst fans. Anyway, here it is. It's made by Duplicolor, and it's called Engine Enamel with Ceramic. Its official name is Pontiac Blue Metallic. That's right. This is absolutely the correct color they used back in the day. Toy stores and automotive stores did a ton of business with the studios in the 60s. They'd just walk in and grab whatever was on the shelf that matched what they needed. Just wait until we talk about Irwin Allen. That's gonna be a doozy. While I was doing some research on the original Star Trek phaser rifle, I made a pretty funny discovery. Believe it or not, the same prop design was reused on the Nickelodeon show Henry Danger as Captain Man's mind eraser. They basically took this classic Star Trek weapon and turned it into a memory-wiping gadget for a kid's superhero show. The Henry Danger version is often painted blue-silver instead of the original gray copper, and they sometimes added a dish on the end for the erasing effect. It's a classic example of Hollywood prop recycling. In my edit room, I kept a secret weapon on my console. A big button that looked like every other button, but did absolutely nothing. I lovingly called it the stupid client button. Whenever a client walked in and said, "Can you make the whole thing, I don't know, pop more? Or maybe just brighten the sky a little? Or my favorite, can you take one frame off that shot?" I'd nod seriously, reach over, and press it. Nothing happened on screen, of course, but as the scene played back for review, the client would always lean in, squint, and go, "Oh yeah, that's so much better." Every single time. It got to be a joke with some of my clients as I would turn around and say to them, "Don't make me press the stupid client button." I kept that button for 35 years. The power of suggestion. Never told a soul until now. That's a wrap from Frank T's Edit Room of Dreams, where we dust off childhood toys, reboot the Saturday morning cartoons, and build the worlds we never outgrew. If you still dream about that hidden box of toys in that secret room in your parents' house, then this is the place to be. I'm telling you, I'm going to need 3 episodes for Irwin Allen. Thanks again for letting me into your life for a few minutes. Dream young, stay wild. Frank T, out. In upcoming episodes of Frank T's Edit Room of Dreams, we'll be looking at props, we'll be looking at old movies, we'll be looking at robots. I think you get it. We're going to be checking out a lot of stuff. Don't forget Frank T's Edit Room of Dreams.